where he hasn't done great, but anyone who's in the know knows that if Beastly comes in and if he plays well, he will absolutely make waves, and that's what's happening here tonight.
He's a player with a range to him,
absolutely.
Right? And he's playing close to the higher end of the range right now. If you saw his match with Zillion, he was definitely schmoovin' with that Ness, and we're going to see a lot more of the Ness up against Ken. Of course, N on the other side here. So we've got Beastly versus N, Ness versus Ken, and N really hates this matchup.
Yeah, that's actually something I was just about to bring up, is this matchup. Since Ken is a close to range fighter, he scraps, he gets in your face, he puts down tilts on your shields and stuff, and he wants to fight you there. Ness, unfortunately, also does a similar thing where he wants to get up in your face. Oh, and he presses down tilt on your shield, and he presses you and has big combos. And Ness is just so small and has such meaty hitboxes that it can be a hard time for Ken to actually get anything going.
Yeah, not even just the matchup itself, because it is, you told me, a mess for Ken to keep up with the brawler that is Ness. However, I think there's also an added mental block in the matchup with N versus Nesses. He just absolutely despises this character, and he's had so many times where he's come close versus Austin in games, and then it's just a steamroll afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like Ness is that sort of character. If you play clean and super clean and detached from the character, it can be hard for Ness to actually get it to just completely started. He doesn't have a lot of range. But once you start once you stop thinking a little bit and just move in towards him, Ness is oh, you're coming to me.
Wow, surprising that did not get the KO, and that could be huge. Wow, just didn't have the distance. Yeah. I wonder if it was just a slight angle.
I think it was a slight angle thing. If he'd angled it a little bit higher, it would have hit. Pretty. Yep. That's
maybe in another stage too, he could have ridden up.
Maybe.
But the PS2 is it doesn't have the best architecture.
Yeah, and I guess stages that have a slanted wall, you can actually bounce off of it and it's instantly up B, I believe.
So much shield damage, but it's not safe on shield. So that's the important thing. Is he drops that X kick and you can hit him for it.
Very unsafe. Okay, nice up B.
He's super bad.
Oh, still has his double jump.
That was so sick. He was able to get out just in time to not get clipped by the aerial. Still save the jump.
Excellent mix up there from Beastly, using the down B to change his landing timings, dodging the Tatsu.
And as good as Ness is at dealing with that recovery, if he goes down low for the Shoryu and you don't have time to set up the Thunder, that was a mix-up where he saw that the Thunder was coming out. He can't go low with Shoryu, so he does the Rising Tatsu to get rid of it, but just above the stage.
Yeah, it's still punishable if he's above the stage like that. Beastly in a pretty comfortable, near complete one stock ahead. And man, these falling uppers so good.
Ness has 20 combo starters, and all of the moves are things that he wants to press up close against Ken. Right? Falling fair, falling up air. Even the back air doesn't set up great, but Nair can.
Yeah, that neutral air off stage. No double jump afterwards. This is no, he did have a double jump. Wow, saved it for a really long time.
Yeah, and I'm surprised to see Beastly go out there for the Nair and instead of going for a Thunder, a more safe pressure tool there where you could maybe even just clip a jump with the tail.
May have thought that his jump was gone as well. Definitely trying to just end the first game right then and there. Okay, nice Tatsu, back air.
And that's a stock for N potentially.
It's gonna be
if he
scary.
plays his cards right. Didn't want to drop all the way down there. I don't blame him at the percent that he's at.
Yeah, a B is a death sentence, but it hits you at that percent.
That should be
nice down tilts into the heavy kick.
Not an easy confirm to make too. That's the half circle forward. Really easy to mess that one up, especially in a pressure situation like this. But just barely snapping that ledge. We have max rage Ken on deck.
Yeah, this is actually really scary. Oh god! If you hit up air into up B there. Okay, he's alive.
You can't keep talking.
He dropped it.
Okay, this is a scary situation. He's at the ledge versus Ken. He's trying to read the jump. A baby punish. Beastly lets N live with that one. And now this is just about even. He can't get grabbed. He can't get hit by almost any of Ness aerials. Down smash autocorrect catches a roll. But Ness is capable of playing so safe. And there he caught him mashing those down tilts. If he landed that on a shield, if he landed that on a roll, that was a confirm for N. Relatively safe to go for, but just barely hopping over the back air.
Yeah, that is historically in Smash, it's one of the ways that you get around really fast, really safe down tilts like that. Is obviously it can't hit you if you're in the air. If you jump while the down tilt is coming out and then you're in the air afterwards, you can oftentimes actually punish them for trying to poke it.
Right. It's like one of those things. It's safe on shield sometimes, or safe pressure to poke with.
Very safe.
However, not safe on whiff. He can cancel it into stuff, but it's on hit. Right?
Yeah, only on hit. Okay, you'll want to see how and comes back from that. Beastly doing a pretty good job with these, like, the drift back aerials, I want to point out, are so important versus Ken, because he, like, Ness has pretty big hitboxes, like I said, so if he puts the hitbox out and then he just drifts afterwards, it's going to be really hard for N to get anything started.
Yeah, does a really good job of spacing outside of Ken's range, and Ken doesn't push in very well. He's a pretty solid fortress. He's not quite Guile, but he definitely does keep you at bay from jumping in. He's not, yeah.
Yeah, Tatsu was a little bit late there, so he got the lower angle for it.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, that means no stock to survive. Beastly sitting at 45, but that could be big for Ken.
That's actually, so there's definitely a frame of mind for those sort of things where, like, if you're in a situation where your shield might be broken by the string that your opponent is currently doing, you can just drop shield and just take the hit.
Right. Definitely not going to die to that axe kick at this percent in this stage position.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love that he had the time to miss the forward smash and come in.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we still got this. We can mop this up. That's going to be back air. Yeah,
back air is so strong. A lot of people like forget because you can't easily access it. But man, that move's strong.
Move it real hard.
Again, we're seeing a missed tech on the Thunder. That's not what you want to see.
Another stock down. Falling neutral air, pretty good tool. That is one of the tools Ken does have for getting in. It is very safe on block and leads to those down tilts. Parrying it, that makes a different story.
Parrying, you can jump out of the corner.
Yeah, still, you know, like, parrying in general, it's a bit of a misconception. People usually think, like, oh, well, I parry a move, so I should be able to hard punish it. That's not how it works. It makes it so it's a little bit more punishable.
Right.
So just jumping out of there after the neutral air, I totally respect that. Don't try to box with him whenever N's got you in a corner like that.
No, thank you. Down tilt into the hard one, gets the Tatsu reset, but that air dodge got him away from both up tilts.
Super long range air dodge. I like the drift out there, not trying to play around his shield and get shoryu'd.
I love the little delay. Went for a slight weight on those down tilts to make Beastly think that he was going to pull.
Wow. Got one of the down tilts there, but Beastly slipped out. And yeah,
he's getting desperate.
Yeah, he's definitely getting desperate at this point. He needs this stock to go away soon, and Beastly knows that, so he's playing safe, making sure that none of his aerials can be shoryu'd.
But he slowed it down a little bit on the recovery at the very least, but jumping straight into the forward air, that air-to-air is so well.
What a
that was a
neutral air.
A risk that he had to take, but one that he wasn't ready for. He's missed so many techs in that game.
Yeah, I mean, well, that last one was definitely untechable, but the first two were ones like that could have turned the game around if he kept those stocks. I mean, because it was like 100, 110%, percents that you'll often lose stocks at.
Yeah.
But if he could survive at that point and actually love it and like put out more damage on Beastly, like that definitely could have been the critical point that turns that set around.
Yeah, absolutely.